Hi guys, welcome to Mamás and More. This is Melly and
Diana.
How are you feeling, Diana?
A bit nervous since it's our first broadcast.
Yes, me too.
We need to loosen up a little bit, so hopefully, as we go, it's gonna get a little bit easier. Mm-hmm. But tell me, how are you feeling, Melly?
The same, a little bit nervous, excited but nervous. I've never done anything like this, so hopefully it goes good.
Yes, you have to always manifest the good. So
yes, so it's not. I hope this goes good.
It is.
It is gonna be good.
So let's tell them how we met.
Yeah, so we met in middle school, 6th grade. We were cuántos años, like 11, 12?
Maybe about 11, 12, since we're late babies. We're like a month apart, so we probably were 11 around that time.
And now we're 27. That sounds so sad to say.
Yes, going for another year towards the end of this year. So yeah, definitely.
Basically 28 then.
So I've known you for what? Yeah, like 17 years?
Fun.
That's crazy.
That's a long time.
That is freaking crazy.
And we've been best friends since 6th grade.
It's crazy.
So cool to say.
I know, it is. It is. And not just that, but people that are friends, like when they were like in like middle school and things like that, like or high school, they grow out of each other and things like that. But I feel like we didn't really like. I mean, overall, everybody like it gets busy or things like that.
We have stopped talking, obviously, for like maybe a month or 2 months, but I think 2 months actually has been like the longest we
we don't really like talking. Completely stop. Like we just kind of get busy with our lives and things like that. But we've never really stopped talking. Yeah, which is amazing. Yes.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, well, let's tell them a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah. So I have 2 kids, and you have
1.
So the idea about this podcast just came about maybe not even a full year ago, maybe about to be a year, but it was when I was going through like a lot of things in my life, and no one knew, not my friends, not my family, only my fiance Alex, but he couldn't really relate 100%. So I would listen to podcasts a lot. That's when I started first getting into them, and then I started getting into like other podcasts, like Girl Chat podcast, Chismeando podcast, like different type of podcasts. And I was like, I like this. Like, I kind of want to create my own. And that's when I thought about creating Mamás and More. And I was like, Diana's a perfect person for this. She's so honest. And I feel like she could keep a conversation going.
Yeah. Even though sometimes I do get a little shy, like, I feel like overall, I feel like I always am the one that talks a lot when we're hanging out.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always like short answered. Like, yes, no, good, like the listing is like the conversation and stuff.
Yeah, so
Diana.
Thank you. I feel honored.
So it's our podcast because she's going to be always with me. So
and then eventually we can
have like people over and stuff.
Yeah, so our podcast is going to be a little bit like English, Spanish, bilingual. We kind of want to just tell you guys about our lives, experiences, little stories that's happened to us. Unfortunately, everything happens to me, but everyone around me knows that. Everybody, for some reason, everything happens to me. But yeah, we're gonna definitely go into that later on.
So tell me a little bit more about Aiden.
So he's 2. My babies. Eventually we're gonna think about getting a little more into getting a bigger family, but right now it's just Aiden. How about yours, Betty?
I have 2. My princess Catalea, which is also 2. She's only like a few months apart from Aiden, which is so cool.
I know.
I hope that.
And it was not planned. Honestly, this was not planned. Like to have babies the same year, just a few months apart. It was definitely not planned.
So what do you mean by that? That it wasn't planned?
I mean, we didn't want to have any kids. Like at least yet. We were barely starting to travel and things like that. We actually had bought tickets to go to Thailand at the end of the year. That year that I got pregnant. Without us wanting to. So we didn't really want to have kids. We want to kind of like just explore. And it's something that, I mean, him and I would always do. Like, we would always be going out, doing this, doing that, like, you know? But everything happens for a reason, and it's something that I always stick to. And it was a blessing. And we are here now because of him.
Yes.
What about your babies? Your little babies. You didn't say anything about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what about that? And then I have my second one, my baby Elias. He's 2 months old. So I have two now. So Catalea and Elias, boy and girl, which is like the perfect, and I think that's it. But we'll see what the future brings.
You only want two?
We wanted three, but I feel like, like so much, like
But you just had a baby. That you're just saying that right now.
Yeah. So what do you mean by it wasn't planned? He was an accident, or?
Yeah. I mean, I know you shouldn't like be drinking like the after pill of Plan B. Or,
okay, so it wasn't like pull out or nothing.
No, it was just like
you guys literally went 100%.
Yeah,
and then you just.
It was just a moment thing, and we're like, okay, well, like, you know, deal with the consequences later.
I'll take the tomorrow.
Yeah. But I didn't know that if you're ovulating, the day that you're ovulating, you can actually get pregnant within like 10 minutes or like 10 seconds or something like that.
Really?
Yep. So that is proof.
You're like, this Plan B didn't work.
Yeah,
to suit them.
No, I mean, it's not 100%.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing
but
100%.
We didn't really expect it. And then eventually, like a few months later, started to get symptoms, but they were like kind of like period symptoms. And I'm like, wait, when was the last time I had my period? And then I realized, I was like, wait a minute. And yeah, I took a test and I was positive. Were your babies planned?
Yeah, both of them.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, she was already living, and you guys had already bought a home and all of that. So you guys already.
Well, like with Catalea, we were already living together, but we still didn't have our home yet. We were in the process of buying our house already. We were already like looking for houses. So yeah. So how was it? Like when you found out you were pregnant, seeing that positive test?
It honestly was a little like my heart dropped, but then I smiled, but then I cried, but then I was like, what the hell am I going to do? But then I was like, all these mixed emotions. It was pretty crazy because I had told him, like, I told my partner, like, hey, like I'm going to take a pregnancy test. Like, I haven't gotten my period. Like, I hadn't even thought it was like already like 2 months in, like close to 2 months in. And I was like, wait a minute, what the heck? Well, it's because you know, well, not 2 months. It was like, if like let's just say I found out when I was already 7 weeks.
That's still a long time. Girl.
Yeah.
By 4 weeks, I'm like, where's my period?
Yeah, no, well, you get like, I don't know, you just get busy, and then I wasn't like always like to the dot. Sometimes it was like a week before, a week after.
Okay, see, because I'm on the dot, and I think probably because both of mine were planned.
Oh,
like,
so you
I'll
already
just be waiting, like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's the 4 weeks. I want to check.
Yeah, no. Ours, it wasn't like that. So it was just like, I was like, when was the last time I had my period? And then that's when I was like, wait a minute, like, it was a while already. And I had forgot to, like, do the tracking thing.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't, like, been using it, so I was like, I didn't remember.
You didn't even know when was your last period?
I didn't. So I just, like, I took one, and I remember I took it at his house, and I was just like, oh my God.
So he was right there cuando miraste.
Yeah, but it was weird because I thought I was spotting, but then I was like, is this, like, coming? That's why I was like, maybe it is my period coming. And then when I came in, I was like literally my heart sunk. Like I was like, no, not my heart, my like stomach, like that gut.
Oh, your heart too, like everything just.
Yeah, it was just so especially because like, I mean, it wasn't something that like we planned, you know, and I mean overall, like I always say, everything happens for a reason, and like a lot of things changed for the better.
So I know que no vivías con Hera at that time.
No, I lived with my parents.
How was it telling your parents? Because I know like you were really older, obviously, like you were not teen moms or anything, but as
the
like
Hispanic,
like Mexican moms, like
te tienes que casar primero.
And like not even that, but like I feel like I'm always just scared of my parents. Like I'm grande, I'm like, what are my parents gonna say? Are they gonna get me in trouble? And
stuff? I think it's like back to like how we were raised, like how our culture is, and like you have to get married first, or stuff like that. Like you have,
and especially because you didn't even live with him and stuff, so were you scared?
I mean, I was with him for a long time. Yeah, we were together since like 2011. So I was with him for quite some time already. But of course I was just like, yeah, like I said, you're scared, you know? So we definitely wanted to wait until I was like close to 3 months. You know, God forbid, we always just to be safe, because usually like the first 3 months are like the most dangerous. Like anything can happen or things like that. So we definitely waited. We recorded both of their reactions. It was really nice. My grandma was visiting us from Mexico, so she was there for that moment also. I think that's what I was even more nervous about my grandma. Yeah,
but she's more old school, huh? Yeah, your mom's like super cool, but I mean, she's super cool with us, we're your friends. But
yeah, like no, she's cool. She's cool. Don't get me wrong, she's cool. And she kept always like she would always tell us, "Oh, when are you gonna have a baby? I want you to have a baby already," because I'm the oldest, so she definitely wanted already grandkids. But I think I was also nervous with my grandma, because not just the fact that she was old school, but I loved my grandma like a second mom. So like I respected her so much, and like we were really, really close. So that's why I was like, that's what kind of hit me. So I think we told his parents first. No, we told my parents first, and then we told his parents. But yeah, it was like a really nice reaction that we got. My dad, literally, like he was just like
kind of disappointed.
Like disappointed, but like in shock, but like didn't know what to say, and he was quiet. He was literally quiet. He was literally quiet. He was like the last one to like get up and give us a hug, and then the whole time estaba like suspirando, like well, of course I'm his only daughter, like I'm the only girl, so of course like it was something.
It's so cute.
Yeah, but it was nice. How about yours? How did you guys tell your family? Or his family?
How did we tell them? Oh, I told my parents, well, my whole family together, like my parents, my sisters, my nephews, everybody together in Christmas.
Oh.
So we told them in Christmas. I pretended like I was giving my mom money, like in a card, and I was like, "Oh, read the card out loud." But my sister ended up reading the card out loud, and it says like something about like I love you so much, like you've been such a great example. Obviously, all of this was in Spanish, and then I think at the end it just ended up saying like, "I hope you love me. I hope you love." I forgot, but I broke the ice at the end. I was like, yeah. What did
maybe like I hope you love me how I
yeah, like that. I think I put like, I hope you love your something like that though. Like something like that. Yeah, like because I'm pregnant or something like that. And everybody's faces was priceless. It was so funny.
Did you record it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I never showed you guys the video.
I don't think you did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh my god, that's who cried.
Obviously, my dad cried. My dad, he's a little crybaby. That's where I get it from. Yeah, so yeah, he cried, but it was so funny seeing everybody was so cute. Everybody was so excited. Because everybody in my family, ya tenía like nieces and nephews, but like they were really old, so everybody like ya quería like new babies in the family.
And you're the youngest, huh?
Okay. Yeah, I have my older sister. But yeah, so everybody was so happy, and then we told his parents that when we were like, I think like eating in the dining table, we were talking about like toys, and Alex always tells this story about like when he was small, he wanted like a toy, like those little like carritos, like the control, and then never bought it for him. So he's like, oh, like guess what, you guys? They're like, what? And they're like, you have an opportunity to buy like someone that toy. And they're like, what do you mean? They're like, and he was like, Melly's pregnant.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, so it was like something like that along those lines.
I got a little emotional. It's cute. It's like moments that you can't take back. That's really nice.
Yeah, so that I mean they were so excited because he's the only boy, but that was the first grandchild, like how yours was también. So obviously his parents were so excited, and then yeah, but I wasn't that nervous to tell my family either because we were already living together.
That's why.
And then I knew that they wanted a baby soon. But I was still like, oh my god, like
yeah,
you know, you still had a little hinge behind you, like oh my god, can I see, you know, yeah. And then I don't know, like even though I know we were not teen moms, I feel like there's a way, like especially like the way I look, I still look like I'm freaking like a teen. Like, 17.
I'm telling you, you haven't changed. Yeah.
So it's like more like, but what are people gonna think about me? Not like my family people, but like random people, like yo con mi panzota, walking around like, oh my god, look at that teen mom.
That's something I don't know if that's something that just happened, because right now that you mentioned it, I thought it was just me. Mm-hmm. Like when you're pregnant for the first time, especially at the age that we were, like you're embarrassed of certain things. Mm-hmm. Or like at the beginning, I would hate when people would touch my belly because I would feel embarrassed. Like I would feel uncomfortable, like because it was just something. Or like when you go to the store, I don't know if anybody else experienced this, but when you go to the store and you're pregnant, like everybody looks at your belly. Yeah. Everybody. So it's just like the beginning, it was really, really uncomfortable, but then like it kind of like got a little bit easier.
Yeah, la última, like I feel like the people that know me like my age, because fuck, how old was I? Like 24? We were 24, 25?
Yeah, we were like, yeah.
Yeah, so we were not like teens. We were 24, 25. 24, 25. We were still like on the younger side, but we were, I feel like, at a good age, So I feel like people that knew me, like, knew I wasn't a teen mom, but it's just like, fuck. Like, especially now, que ya tengo dos, I bet people are like, what the heck? You're 18 with two kids,
I know. Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm actually about to turn 28 now.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Hitting that 30.
I know.
That's crazy.
So how was the actual, like, pregnancy, though? Like,
the pregnancy itself, like, when I found out I was pregnant, like, around... I found out when I was 7 weeks. I was like 8 and 9 weeks. Around that time, I got really, really nauseous, like super nauseous.
Like the other day, or like mostly like
no, like
sickness,
all day. And and it was like, since I was living with my parents and they didn't know like that I was pregnant, like I would literally have to like hold it or like try to throw up like super quiet, because it was just like it. Like, literally, from, like, being asleep in the middle of the night, like, the nauseousness would, like, wake me up. Yeah. Like, it was that bad. And then at work, or, like, I had to carry, like, a bag in my car.
Like, para vomitarte,
yeah, porque no sabía si me iba a vomitar, porque I would work, like, an hour. No, not necessarily an hour, but there was, like, a lot of traffic. So I was like, no, ya sé que en medio del tráfico me de ganas de vomitarme. So, yeah, it was pretty bad. But after the ninth week, it wasn't bad at all, actually.
Like your first trimester.
Yeah, the first trimester, second trimester, of course you get like the regular sleepy, like you just want to fall asleep and things like that. But it was just like the normal things. Casi no se me antojaban stuff, to be honest. Like you know how people say, oh, I want this. Yeah, like sometimes I see some, like I wanted certain things, but it wasn't more like, oh my god, I need to have it. But it was
like regular antojos.
Yeah, I think it's just like more regular antojos, but it wasn't too bad. Once it got closer to like actually giving birth, mind you guys, like I made a huge tummy.
I feel like she was having twins or something.
Yeah, honestly,
one.
Yeah, everybody, like people that would see me in the street, oh, 2 babies. I'm like, no, it's just one in there. Like, unfortunately, I had a lot of like fluid, so it just made my stomach like really, really big. But towards the end, like it was really, really painful. My hips would hurt a lot. Like, like mind you, I'm not tiny. I'm like tall. I'm like thick and things like that. So like, I made a really big belly, and it was a lot. And I couldn't sit. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't stand up. For a lot of times.
I know you have like regular back problems even before your pregnancy. So like you're gonna take it like.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but. I remember we had Thanksgiving here in our house, and it was like literally the whole time, like I'd be like walking around because
you couldn't even sit down that day.
I couldn't. I remember. And todavía faltaba todo un mes. Like a month still had to like pass. So fortunately, I got a C-section. My baby was breached. He never like flipped. He never got in position. And siempre me decían, oh, no dejes que te den una cesárea. Like everybody would tell me. And in reality, when it got to like the pros and the cons of
but you did like think about it, like
yeah,
maybe I could try this.
I did think about it, but then that's what I'm saying. When we got into like the pros and the cons, like what like could possibly happen if they were to like try to flip and things like that, it was dangerous. And just because of my selfish needs, I was not gonna put my baby at risk. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go for it. If he decides to flip close to the end, I mean, that would be amazing. But it unfortunately didn't happen. So I did get a C-section.
So it was obviously like a planned C-section.
Yeah, it was planned. It was crazy because I was like already like planned that it was like close to like, I think it was like gonna be on a Saturday. I was gonna get a C-section and everything. I started to get like, I don't know if I told you guys, I started to get like extreme like pain, like if I was giving birth.
Maybe it was like those Braxton Hicks, because I forgot to even ask you that.
No, so it wasn't Braxton Hicks. No? I would get those here and there, but it wasn't. Turns out I ended up going to the hospital because I thought I was giving birth. I was in excruciating...
Like before your C-section?
Yeah, like right before the C-section. I was in excruciating pain, and turns out like, well, sí tenía like a little bit of tos, a little bit of gripa, so cuando llegué al hospital, I guess they've experienced that with other people too. They did the flu test. Like, nunca me había dado la flu. Nunca. And turns out I had the flu. So, I guess...
Wait, there's such thing as a flu test?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's kind of like the COVID one.
Yeah, like when
te lo meto por la nose.
But that didn't even exist
No,
yet.
at that time it didn't exist yet. But they put it in your nose and kind of like the same thing.
There was such thing as
yeah. So I ended up getting the test, but I was like in so much pain, and then you like can't really drink medication, and then I would refuse to drink medication the little bit that I was allowed to. So I would just kind of like take the pain. But like, I'm really good at taking pain, but for some reason, like, it was just so painful. Like, me revolcaba en la cama, like, in the hospital bed. Like, I was literally like kind of like screaming, and I would like hold on, and I'm like, I would like I would try to do everything. Like, it was so painful. And yeah, when I came back, they're like, okay, so you have the flu. Let's explain to you a little bit of why you're having this pain. Yeah. So they said that specifically because I guess everybody's different. Everybody's body is different. But in my case, because I had the flu, like, you know when you get sick, your bones hurt and things like that.
Todo te duele.
Pero a mí me estaba atacando mis hips.
So ya no era baby.
So it was like the pain was unbearable because of the flu. But you never told us that. No, but it's crazy the fact that because of the flu, that's why I was in so much pain with my hip bones. Like, it was so weird. Like, I had never heard that before. Yeah, me either. But it was really, really bad. Then they told me.
Did they keep you like overnight though?
They kept me for like quite a few hours actually.
Oh, that's good.
And then I hadn't ate anything. They're like, you can't eat anything just in case you do go into labor. Like, you know how when you go to labor you can't eat anything anymore. So yeah. So I was just stuck there, just like starving and like pregnant and just like in a lot of pain.
You're like, my life sucks right now.
Yeah, and then my boyfriend was just like, I mean, I can't do anything. He would like try to help me, but if there was nothing he can do, and they couldn't really give me medication. They did have like the machines connected to see if there was like any contractions like coming. I would get like, but I think it was like the Braxton skip, but there were like a little bit of contractions. But it wasn't like to where I needed to give birth. Yeah. So they were just like, I never experienced like actual like birth contractions. So, but I did experience like unfortunately C-section. It was really painful. It took me like a month to recover, and it was like, I have a lot of help from my mom. From Hera to. By the way, his name is Hera. I don't know if we presented.
Oh yeah. So her man's name is Hera. Mine is Alex. So
yeah. So it's just, I did definitely get a lot of help from them. It was something I don't know how women that do get C-sections like do it on their own. Themselves, like, it's
because you moved in back with your mom for like those.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, so I had moved in with him like mid-pregnancy, and then of course my mom wanted to help me she'd take care of me. Yeah, and then
you need the help.
Definitely, it was just. I mean, it was our first baby. We always need our parent, like our mom's help, type of thing, and that. But the C-section itself, like, it was really, really painful. But it was just like when I did give birth, it was just such a blurry experience. Like, it wasn't really something that I was like, oh my god, I enjoyed my my birth experience.
So, like, how was your whole birth experience in general?
It wasn't good because, I mean, overall I was going to get the C-section. I knew what I was coming into, but
like, were you nervous? Because I know, like, obviously a C-section is, like, scheduled y todo eso. Were you, like, getting prepared for, like, oh, okay, it's going to be this Saturday. I have to have everything by Saturday. Nos vamos a ir a esta time.
So I didn't...
Or, like, how were you preparing for your C-section?
I didn't really put my head into it. Okay. Because I was like, if I do, I'm just going to, like, get traumatized or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I was fine. The day of, like, we went really early. What did get me really nervous is that right before me, when they do the C-section, you go back into like recovery room. Mm-hmm. So there's like a lot of camillas and everything. Mm-hmm. I was scheduled to go next. So the one that went before me, ya la habían sacado. She was gonna start in recovery, and I don't know where. Like, of course, your little the curtains, yeah. All you could hear is like beep 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 beep, like, and I was like, what the hell's going on? And like Hera was right there, like, and he's like, I don't know, and they're like, oh, like they were saying some code, and they're like, come look something like that, and then they just like, you just see the doctors and the nurses running into her area, and like they just take her back into the surgery room. That's scary.
So, and that was right before you, like,
right before me.
Oh, I would have been so scared.
Yeah. So she actually had gotten like a hemorrhage or something like that. Mm-hmm. So she got her C-section, but she wouldn't stop bleeding.
That's so scary.
So le quitaron el baby, and then like.
How do you know all of this? Isn't it supposed to be like private information?
Girl, it's like right. She was right next to me, and not just that, but like. The nurse that was like helping me out,
like, don't be nervous.
Yeah, she's like, don't be nervous. It was nothing, like, it's just like like it just things happened. So scared after that. I was really scared, to be honest. And then they didn't let Hera go inside until after they gave me the epidural to like put me down or whatever. I mean, I was awake through the experience, but it was just like not even awake. But they didn't let me go in, and they didn't let him go in until like I was already laying down.
Yeah, I think because I have to like prepare you and stuff.
Yeah.
When you're giving like vaginal birth, or como se dice?
Mm-hmm. Like vaginal birth.
Vaginal birth. I always forget that word. Vaginal birth, tampoco like lo sacan al guy when they're gonna give you the epidural.
Oh, see, I thought he could be there with you.
No.
No.
Well, at most hospitals te sacan, like los sacan when they're gonna give you the epidural.
I wonder why. Yeah, but it was pretty bad, like. So I guess my body reacted pretty heavy with like the anesthesia. Yeah, que me dieron. So right away, like I started like throwing up on the side. I was just like, because you can't move your body. Mm-hmm. And then like you feel.
So the epidural really like numbs you?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the same kind that they put, because it literally numbs you all the way up here. Like you can't.
Oh, okay. Because
you can't really move your hands.
Like the other ones is like from your waist down.
No, well, this one was a little bit higher, so you feel like the pressure. Like literally, they put you like hands out.
Oh, well, obviously because you're having C-section.
Yeah, but but like, so all I did is like all I could do is like move my head. So I was just like literally just throwing up to the side, and like the anesthesiologist was right there. He was really nice and calm. He was just telling me like, it's okay, like don't worry, like I'm just gonna give you some medication which is gonna help with the vomiting and things like that. Oh,
because you were throwing up.
Yeah, I was throwing up a lot.
Before giving birth.
Yeah, before. Well, they're already like going in there, but I
like preparing with the
no. They were already like starting.
Oh.
And I was throwing up right here on the side.
That's scary.
Yeah, and that's when he told me he's like, I'm gonna give you something that's gonna help with that, but it might give you some dizziness. Yeah, it might get you dizzy, and it might get you a little sleepy. Mm-hmm. So the vomiting stopped, but then like. I just remember feeling them take him out, like this emptiness. And like, as soon as they took him out, like, Hera went with him, like right there on the side to clean up. And I just literally like just dropped my head back, and I was just like, that's it. Like, I give up. Like, I kind of like, I give up type of thing. Cause I was like forcing myself to stay up. And like, I remember him telling me, he was like, it was so scary seeing you like that. Like, he was like on the side of me, but with the baby, like them cleaning him up and all of that. And he came to me, and then he was like, Diana, like, get up. Like,
and you wouldn't get up.
And I try to open my eyes, and he's like, they're going to bring the baby right now, stay up. And then I'll like just drop, and he's like, no, like stay up. He's like, I try to stay so calm, like telling you to wake up, but it was like super scary seeing you like that.
He probably didn't want to show like que tenía miedo.
Yeah, no. Entonces se trataba de contar nomás diciéndome, oh, like they're gonna bring the baby. Y ya me lo trajeron. I have a picture de que lo miré, but I don't remember seeing him. So I guess then from there, I just remember me being back in the recovery room with the baby.
Like how long after that?
I don't remember, like, because it was such a like blur moment. So I didn't even enjoy like the birth of my son. Like even after, like, you still get like, you're dizzy, you're not fully up or awake. So I just remember like the nurse helping me like breastfeed him like right away. Like he latched on there like freaking like devouring, like
tenía hambre.
Yeah, like como si no había comido todo el día or something, toda la noche. But yeah, like I just remember like little parts like that. And then since the C-section itself is like really painful throughout the hospital stay, it's like the 3 days that you stay, you're like dizzy on drugs, like on the like Norco or whatever they give you, like for the pain. And then the last day I was like, I'm just gonna take the pain a little bit more today because I wanted to enjoy it. Like I didn't enjoy that experience. So you didn't take medication the last day? I remember I just took ibuprofen. I didn't take the one that got you. One. Yeah, because if not, then I wouldn't have been able to like enjoy it. So at the end, but it was still really painful. Like, and then they make you walk. Yeah. Like I had it. Yeah, they make you walk, and it's just like. And then I had just recovered from like the flu, like.
Oh, so te sentías más weak.
No, not that, sino cuando ves que cuando tienes tos, haces fuerza con la panza para toser. You know when you cough or sneeze, you go like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like so the.
Oh, so like the little muscles to the.
Yeah, so the C-section, and then for me to like cough or sneeze, like it was la fuerza que tenía que hacer. Oh, it was horrible. So when I needed a cough, I was like. Like try not to cough, para hacer fuerzas, but other than that, like I guess even at home, like it's still apart from me suffering from like postpartum depression a little bit. I like drinking the ibuprofen, or like sometimes they did give you Norco because when the pain was pretty bad, like I wouldn't really try to hold it too much because it was really painful. So like just I guess from giving birth to like a week to 2 weeks later, it was like blurry. It wasn't like all
So like even after giving birth,
because they go like they give you the medication, you have to choose.
But like I know in the hospital stay, pues sí, because you're still like drinking the Norco, like even after you got home. Like no te acuerdas tanto.
For me, it was pretty painful. They go like because I mean it's like actually a major surgery. Like they literally open from like edge to edge.
Yeah, here it's like 7 layers que te cortan.
Yeah, it's like a few layers, and then not just that, but like imagine like being cut completely all the way in. Like it's pretty heavy. Yeah, because it's like you're literally giving birth and having surgery at the same time. Because people are like, oh, it's a C-section. She didn't give birth. It's like they were still baby in there. Like her body te está acomodando. It actually like takes organs are still moving in there. It takes you longer to recover from a C-section than a regular birth. Like, yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, how's your experience overall?
Like my pregnancy experience?
Your pregnancies?
They were both good, thank God.
Did you get any like nauseousness or anything?
No. I know que Catalea, like, también like the first, maybe like only the first 2 weeks. I mean, like, only when I would brush my teeth, I would want to throw up. But it was only like that. Yes, pues no. Like, I would just get like how you said, like the normal, like really sleepy. And that's when I kind of knew I was pregnant. Like, even though we were both, like, if they were both planned, I was like, okay, this is my 4th week. What the heck? Why am I sleeping so much? Yeah. I was like, I'm pregnant. Yeah, I took my test. Yeah, salió. También, it's just like I was so sleepy all the time. And I'm not one to take naps. Like, I don't take naps during the day. So I was like, every day I would get home from work. Y me dormía every day. And I was like, this is not normal. Honestly, it's gets you like sleepy, and if you don't sleep, literally se te cae la cabeza. Yeah, because I wouldn't even know when I would fall asleep. I would just like knock out. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I do not take naps. And then también like I noticed at work like it was 2 stories, and like me cansaba, like well, not the first trimester, but like maybe the second trimester, 3rd trimester, like me cansaba, like out of breath. Yeah, like I would get upstairs or like, I was like. Like,
I really forgot about that.
Yes,
that's crazy.
it's like just annoying, out of breath. It's like,
yes,
I know I have fucking condition. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, you kind of don't have any breath.
Yeah, no, just.
Yeah.
And then también me regañan from mis boobs. Like, oh
really?
my god, they would hurt so bad.
Mine didn't really hurt. It's
no?
just, I couldn't really like have them be like pushed or like grabbed, grabbed. Like that's when they would hurt. Like you could like but they weren't like too bad, but they were a little.
No, me dolían. Like when I would go down the stairs, even like up the stairs, I felt like I had to like grab them like this.
Oh
like,
damn, that's tender.
Like they would hurt.
That's
both,
crazy.
yeah, I feel like I had the same pregnancy symptoms for both of them, which is like the same thing: sleepiness, tiredness, out of breath, and my chichis would hurt. But yeah, that was like, thank God, like nunca me sentía like nauseous. I never threw up, nothing. I feel like I have pretty easy pregnancies. Thank the Lord. He knows I was so scared to be pregnant my whole life. I heard so many stories.
Oh my god, really?
I swear, like,
that's why you were scared of your pregnancy?
Yeah, like I would hear like a lot of stories, like even like of my sisters, like saying like, oh, like they couldn't even shower, like my mom would like have to shower them and stuff. Like they had no energy, like no se podían parar, like no podían comer nada. It's not that they had energy, it's just like no podían comer nada, they would throw everything up, so they had no energy because of that and stuff. Like people get really sick. And
no, I have heard a lot of stories where like it's pretty bad, like having like vomiting all the whole pregnancy,
not even the first trimester. So yeah, so I was like, thank God, because I was so scared, especially because like I feel like in general I'm a weak person. Like siempre que hago mi blood test or whatever, like salen like normal. Like everything comes out like good, but like me paraba, like this was obviously pre-pregnancy. It like me mareaba, so I think I would like be a little on iron and stuff. But like I said, I don't know if I really was or not. So I'm like, fuck, like I'm so weak, like so I'm gonna die. Am pregnant? You know? Yeah, I would be so scared.
Oh my gosh.
So thank God, both of my pregnancies were good, and yeah, even both of my labor. Both of my labor experiences were good también. They were both kind of the same.
They were really fast. Like,
yeah,
so
thank
lucky.
God. Like both of them were really fast. Both of them were 100% natural, no medication, no epidural, no nothing. So yeah, so I feel like that's why they were both kind of similar, because they were both fast. Like nunca.
¿Cuánto duraste con Catalia?
Con Catalea, I want to say like 3 hours.
Giving birth and that's it. Oh my God. And then for Elias?
With Elias, maybe like 4.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, because with Catalea, like when I got to the hospital, I was already at a 9, like 9 dilated. So también it was like right away, métete and like start pushing, because ya viene. So but with Catalea, like I had like when I was pushing, like I had time to process, like. I mean, not even a lot of time, but like I was like, okay, I'm practicing my pushes. I'm pushing. They're telling me when to push. Obviously, I was still in pain because once again, like it was no medication, like nothing. Like I asked them, like, can I have some medication? They're like, no, like it's too late. You're already like giving birth. Like yeah, no. So I was like, fuck. So it was so hard. Like they would tell me push, and no. Sorry, let me rewind a little bit. They called my doctor, and my doctor no llegaba. So they were telling me, like, don't push. But it's like, it's so crazy, Diana. Like, your body just urges you to push. Like, no puedes parar. Like,
that's crazy.
He's like, you're telling me to stop pushing, but I cannot stop pushing. Like, my body is naturally pushing this baby out right now.
But I think it just gets me upset when they tell you, like, well, don't push. When you're like, literally, no, I need to push.
Yeah, it's like, don't push. I'm like, I can't push. And you're like, I feel like you me decían don't push, but you're like, I would be pushing because I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, my body's telling me to push. Like, and not even I didn't encourage, just like, I couldn't control it. Like, my body was just naturally pushing.
That's crazy.
And
how your body prepares you for that moment.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. So, like, that morning, like, when we were obviously still in the house before I even left to the hospital, I started, like, throwing up back in la casa. Well, before I threw up, sorry, I keep writing, huh? Like, I woke up wanting to go take a dump. Well, I thought it was a dump. I went, I was going to dump back at the lea, like, No, yeah, I was literally pushing in my toilet, thinking I was pushing on caca. But like I was like,
and you were actually
I think I was already like
labor.
I think I was already like,
oh my
labor,
god! But you weren't in pain?
No, I was in no pain. So I would be mad. I'm like freaking like, you know how sometimes you have to like poop and no te sale?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, do I need to drink water? Like, I need to poop. Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. Like, nothing's coming out. I'm gonna go back to like lay down. Y otra vez, maybe like 20, 30 minutes later, otra vez, I felt like wanting to push. Mm-hmm. So I voy otra vez, and I think this time I actually like pushed hard, because it was kind of like a little tiny shit. Like, tiny. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, whatever, you know, like, I'm gonna go back to sleep. And I think like 30 minutes after that, that's when I started getting my first contraction. And I was like, okay, this is like, I kind of felt like Braxton Hicks like prior to those days, but like not bad. I was like, okay, this is different. Yeah, I started counting them. Yeah, they were like 5, 7 minutes apart. Yeah, we left to his parents' house, because his parents' house is closer to the hospital than ours. Ours is like 45 minutes maybe. So parents is like,
you're a little far.
Because they're in Fontana.
Why did you choose the hospital?
I had heard like really good reviews. Not reviews, but like stories, but you know.
Okay.
And then like over here, like that's kind of when we have pretty moved like to this side.
Oh, so you don't really know.
So I didn't really know. And then like my sister had gave birth in the hospital, and like everybody, like even one of my close friends, Vanessa, también had told me like, oh, like the hospital's good or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'll just give birth there. And then yeah, I did the hospital tours, y me gustó también. So yeah, his parents' house is only like 15, 20 minutes. So like, let's just go to your parents' house to be closer. Yeah, like también on the way, I threw up like twice on the way to his parents' house, and that's when I called the hospital. And I was like, is throwing up is this normal? Because I feel like I did like a lot of watched a lot of videos. Did you watch any videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Like
I think like everybody like kind of just wants to know what.
Like I would watch so many videos like birth, like my birth vlog, birth experience and stuff, and I had never heard anyone saying like throwing up. So I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I throwing up? So I called them, and they're like, oh no, it's normal, but if you threw up like a third time, come in. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, we got to his parents' house, and I felt like I had to go push again, like backup push. So I went, and like me salió like una bola de sangre. Up to this day, I still don't know what it was.
But they did explain.
I think they did tell me, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah, but that's crazy. Like a coágulo?
Not that big, but like it was weird. Like I didn't even like ni me acuerdo, like, to be honest, but I just remember seeing blood. I think I panicked so much, like I flushed it right away, and like, you know, like, yeah.
Instead of actually like see
I know, I just got scared.
Oh my god.
And after that, I was like, we need to leave now.
You didn't tell him?
Yeah, like once we got in the car, he was like, why, like, do you feel like you really need to push? I'm like, no, like I put out blood. Like I don't know, like I was, you're just scared at that moment.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And so yeah, we led to the hospital. Yeah, they took me in, and as soon as the girl put her hand in, like sacó la mano llena de sangre.
Oh my god!
And I saw her hand full of blood, so I got like, I really thought the worst in that moment. Yeah, I was like I feel like my heart dropped, and I saw her hand full of blood. I'm like, what the fuck, like.
Because you didn't see her panic or anything?
No. Like she was like, she just said, oh my god. But like she was like in a happy way, you know? But like, I feel like I would just black that out. Like I just saw her hand full of blood. Like I just couldn't stop staring at her hand. She's like, you're on a 9 already, so that's why it was full of blood, you know?
Because you're about to give birth.
And so I was like, what the heck? So yeah, they brought me in right away to the delivery room. But they're like, you need to stop pushing because your doctor's not here yet. But that's when the on-call doctor came, because like they saw I couldn't stop pushing.
But I wonder like if that's illegal for them to tell you to stop pushing. Like
I don't think so. I think it's like really common.
Yeah.
Because I think they want your doctor to do it. I heard that a lot. Like they're not supposed to tell you because it's your body's telling you to push. You know. It's like, Oh yeah. So with Elias, my water broke. I thought I had peed on myself, but no, it was my water. I got to the hospital. I was at a 4, I think. At a 4 or a 5, una de las dos. So I thought it was going to take all day to give birth.
Because you were not that open.
So I was in that open. I heard, like, once your water breaks, like, you have to leave. So I'm like, fuck, like, I cannot even, like, quedarme en mi casa. Like, I had to stay here. It might take forever. I was like...
Yeah, I heard that once your water breaks, like, you have to go to the hospital.
So I was already imagining, not the worst, but, like, I was already preparing myself to be in the hospital, like, all day just waiting and waiting in pain. So yeah, they took me in. That obviously admitted me. Y me dieron Pitocin. That was the only medication I took. But it's not even like medication para dolores. Para que actually me den más dolores. Like,
so you can give birth.
So Pitocin is para que te acelere like the process. So it makes your contractions harder and stuff. And that thing worked right away. They only put like one small dosage of it, they said. And like I started dilating really quick. But they didn't want to keep checking me tampoco mucho because since my water was broken, they said like they kept checking me, the baby was more at risk for infection. Porque pues ya no tiene like the bolsa protegiendo.
Protecting him, yeah.
And then también with him, I threw up, and as soon as I threw up, I knew he was coming.
And because it was the same thing that happened. That's crazy that that was one of your symptoms.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I never heard of people throwing up.
Me either. I've never heard that before.
Yeah. So and it was crazy because I threw up, and then I told Alex, like, I think the baby's coming. And then he's like, what do you want me to do? I was like, I need the epidural because I started getting like really, really bad contractions in ese momento. Like bad contractions. Like I literally wanted to just freaking cry my lungs out. Like,
was his contractions worse than hers?
Yeah.
I heard that boys were more.
Like with Catalea, I didn't need the epidural. Like I needed the epidural at the end. Like, but I was still like there were still like okay pains, but I thought I didn't know I was giving birth. Like I'll see
already. Like
so I'm like, fuck it, they're gonna keep getting worse. I might as well take it right now. But with him, I was like, it was like pain. Quería llorar. Like I was like, I couldn't control my body. Like it fucking hurt it so bad. And I'm like, I need the epidural. Tell him that I need the epidural. Like just call him already. So as soon as he called them, he was ringing like the nurse line already. And then I was like, no, I need to push, tell him to come in. So it was like from the epidural to wanting to push right away. Like it happened so fast. Yeah, they came in right away. And my nurse was actually even on her break. So another nurse came in there. They checked me and they're like, baby's head's here. And like it was crazy because I don't know if I didn't look at her hand or what, but like I didn't like see blood or nothing, but I actually felt them touch the baby's head adentro de me.
How?
I don't know. I don't even know I could describe it, to be honest. Crazy. Like as soon as they put their hand in, like I was like
you're like
yeah. I think because I don't think they put their hand in the whole way. I think the baby's head was literally there already. That's why. So they're like, baby's head's here. So yeah, they made me like ni siquiera me pudieron acomodar, like así como andaba, like I was like pushing. So I think that's what made it even worse.
Oh, that you were in position.
I was in position correctly.
Because I heard you have to like be with your feet up and open.
Like en ese rato sí me pusieron like the things, because it's just like taking up a piece of the bed and putting like those alambres, whatever.
Yeah, the feet.
The feet things. But like I feel like my back wasn't even like in position or nothing. Like so I think por eso me
so it just kind of came.
Yeah, just like.
Yeah, random. That's why it probably did hurt more.
Yeah, like with him, like I literally felt like a fucking exorcist was like coming in or leaving my body. Like me sentía que like I didn't want to think about it, but like I was just like twisting, like it hurt so bad. And they kept telling me like relax, like push. It was like I couldn't even relax with him. Like I was just like get him out, like I can't. Like oh my god, with him it was like a different type of pain. Yeah, también. Yeah, obviously, yeah, I gave birth and stuff, so that's what my birth experience is.
Well, I mean, you're lucky in a way that it was really fast, but I feel like the fact that it's so fast could also cause you that pain.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, I heard also that boys are more painful than girls.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people like they say like, oh, after giving birth, it's like so magical and this and that, like. Maybe because I gave birth like without medication, so that I was still like in pain. Because I know with Cataleas, I got the aftershakes. I think that's what they call, like where I couldn't stop shaking. Like my whole body was shaking. So like, sí me la pusieron aquí, but I feel like I couldn't even enjoy her right there.
Because you were like
I was just like shaking. I was just like, give me blankets, give me more blankets. I'm so cold. Like, I can't stop shaking.
I did see a story like that of a girl after giving birth. She was shaking a lot.
Yeah.
It's just the shock of the pain in your body.
It's like your body's going through like an adrenaline rush. So like that's like your body reacting to like adrenaline rush and stuff. And with him, I feel like I did shake, but no tanto de me Catalea.
Oh, you did shake with him too?
But no tanto. Like it was just like, I think like a little bit, and it was like por poquito tiempo with Catalea. I feel like it went on forever where I couldn't stop shaking. With him, it wasn't like that. But with him, I feel like the stitch part, but now obviously también me rompí con él.
Did you rip? So you ripped more with her than with him?
I think so. I don't know, to be honest, but I think so, because I know my recovery, like in general, con él, era más poquito que me catalea.
It wasn't as bad.
It wasn't as bad. Like me catalea, like I feel like that day I couldn't even get up. They make you get up that day to make sure that you could walk. I was in so much pain, like I needed so much help. Like I needed so much help para pararme de la cama. And with him, I was able to do it by myself. I was still, like, don't get me wrong, I was still in pain, but not tanto like me catalea. So I think I didn't rip as much.
He was smaller, no?
Yeah, se pesó una libra menos.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How much did they weigh?
Catalea was like 8 point something, and then he was like 6 point something.
Oh, she was pretty big. Huh?
I'm surprised.
No wonder you freaking like because you're so tiny. Yeah.
How much did Aiden weigh?
He was almost 10 pounds.
Dang, good thing I had a C-section.
Yeah, well, actually, when they were giving me like the anesthesia, they sit you down like in the bed. It's like a bed like that. Your feet are like colgando. And se miró la panzota like, and then the nurse is like, "Oh, mama," she's like, "Good thing you're getting a C-section. Looks like a big baby." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness." Yeah, so let's see how the next one goes and how that.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people think that they're like giving birth by C-section, like you cannot have vaginal birth anymore, but you could. Are you gonna try it?
You could, yeah. I do want to try it. You could, but they do recommend you to wait.
Like a certain amount.
Yeah, especially for example, like me. Like everyone's different, but for example, like me, I make big tummies. So si ya tengo la cicatriz there, they
can rip or something.
Yeah, they recommend you to wait until it heals. You know, because it can heal from the outside, but from inside it still needs to heal.
And how long is that? Do you know?
They usually say about 2 years, but
okay, so you're really good.
Yeah, I'm good already.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot happened. We always, like, from initially, like, when he was born, we're like, oh, right when he turns 2 years old, like, we're gonna already start trying for the next one because we want them to be like 3 a year apart or so. But a lot happened last year in the beginning of this year, so it's just like we bought a home and it was like the remodeling and then like you know, the loss of my grandma, and it was just like a lot going on. So to be honest, it was just something that just
wasn't
needed away. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. And then like I stopped working and well, I mean, I didn't want to like be like 7 months pregnant and like going asking for work, you know. It's like ideally like it shouldn't be like that. You should still be able to get opportunity, but of course, you know, it's not true.
Yeah, judgment does exist. They will not hire you because you're pregnant, even though it's against the law. They'll find other ways to not hire you.
Yeah, they'll like do excuses or whatever. But yeah, that's what was going on.
But it's crazy because even if they do hire you, which is most likely not the case, but if they do hire you, you won't even get like no benefits. Like the U.S. sucks with the pregnancy benefits.
No, I think with the female, with the woman, you do. The guys are the ones that don't.
No, not even girls. You have to be, I think, like 6 months at that company to get any benefits.
No way.
I think you could do like the disability leave, which is only like your 4 weeks after giving birth, and like for C-section for 6 weeks. But like you cannot do baby bonding time, you know this, which is it still sucks, you know, like the bonding time we get. It's like
that's something that I did like though. That when I gave birth, since I did the C-section, they gave me like extra weeks. Yeah, extra 2 weeks. And then right after I gave birth, and then once my like everything was done, like my maternity and family, like the
all the benefits,
baby bonding time and all the benefits were done. Like that's when the pandemic hit. So like I was able to enjoy him literally like for almost a whole year.
So like you didn't work for that?
No, because so like I was gonna give birth to him in December. So
I know the pandemic hit like in February.
Yeah,
February, March.
So my benefits were finishing already, like in February, March, like the beginning of March. So that's when the pandemic hit. Everything closed and all that. So I mean. So
dentist, because you work in the dentist office, and you say much works at a dentist office. So I thought dentist offices were open though.
Some of them were, some of them weren't. Mm-hmm. But even if they were, like, they were just open for like emergencies, but they weren't open like regularly. But yeah, no, I didn't go back.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so everything was closed, and I was able to enjoy him. I started working all the way until probably, I enjoyed him for like a good 8 months.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like almost a whole year without like having to like work. But it was nice. It was really nice.
Yeah, because it hits you. I thought I was so happy like when I first when I had to go back to work the first week, because I went back to work when she was 3 months.
Oh my god, so that's so little.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. I'm telling you, U.S. maternity benefits sucks.
Yeah.
So she was 3 months. The first week, no, not even the first week, like the first 2 days, it didn't hit me. I was actually like even my coworkers would ask me like, "Do you miss your baby?" I'm like, "Nope."
You're like, I need a break
from her, you know?
Yeah.
But like after the 3rd day, I remember I dropped her off, and my sister was the one babysitting. Like I would drop her off on my way to work driving. I'm like, I would be crying. I'm like, oh. I think that's when it hit me like the 3rd day. I'm like, oh my god, like I miss her already. Like, why am I going to work and stuff? That's when
I actually cried too when I did go back to work, and I went to take care of her. Took care of him. Yeah, took care of him, and like I remember when I picked him up, like my mom saw that I kind of like wanted to cry, but I was holding it. But you know when they ask you like, "¿Qué tienes?" That's when you're like pouring.
And then you actually start crying. I fucking hate that shit.
So she pretty much, she's like, "¿Qué tienes?" I was like, and then I just like started pouring, and I was like, I'm scared that he's not gonna love me because I'm not gonna be around. And she's like, "Oh, Mika," like just hugged me. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. Like you're his mom. Like you don't know, you know. But it was just like,
it just sucks. Yeah. Yeah, because I think I cried for like 3 days in a row, like when I would drop her off. My baby. And I kind of the same thing, like I don't spend time with her and stuff, but then it started getting away. Y también, thank God, it was only like a few months because I never stopped working, but we did work from home, so that was a good thing. So I went back to work in January, like December, January. No, what the fuck am I tripping? I went back in November. Actually.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because I remember I went like a week after my birthday. And then the pandemic hit in March. So I was only away from her like a few months, and then the pandemic hit, and then we started working from home. We worked from home, I think, like for 2 weeks straight. But then, después they updated it to like working at the office like 2 days and then 3 days at home. So like I think that worked out for me because like la extrañaba, pero no tanto.
Because you
I still needed that little break. Like I would still need a little break from her. I don't think I need a break from her, but you know,
all moms will understand.
Yeah, that, so like I was still getting distracted when I was going inside the office, and then Yakila tenía like 3 days out of the week and stuff. So it was cool.
Do you feel like you went through postpartum depression or something?
I feel like with Catalea, like I don't want to say depression. Like it was just weird. Like with her experience, like I feel like I didn't love her. Like the first week.
That's what it is.
Like, yeah. I remember like there was one time specifically.
You love her, but didn't really love her. Like didn't want to.
Yeah, like I don't know. It was weird.
I get you.
Like I loved her and I knew she was mine, so I knew I had to care for her. It's not like I didn't let her like get away from me. You know, like I.
No, and then some moms actually.
Some moms do that.
Yeah, but it's not that they do that. It's just like it's just what they're going.
No, like I did love her. I obviously wanted to carry her. She's mine or whatever. But it wasn't like that. Like. Instant love that people say, like, you automatically love them, they mean the world to you. Like, I'm sure it does, because obviously now she means the freaking world to me. But, like, I remember there was one time specifically, me and Alex were, like, in her room, and we were both just, like, and she was in her crib, and we were both just staring at her. And then he's like, you don't love her, huh? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I could tell. And then I was like, I think I just started, like, crying. I was like, I do, but I don't know, like, what's wrong with me? Like, no me sale, like, no es natural. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's postpartum, and that's what a lot of people don't talk about. Like, it's sad that it's not normalized that women go through that, but it's just like, like, I know what you're talking about. Like, I remember that feeling.
Did you feel that too, or what?
Yes, like, I did, like, I loved him, but it was more like, I didn't really want to hold him, but I did want to hold him, but I didn't. Like, it's this disconnection feeling. Feeling. And then I remember, like, I would want to, like, kind of, like, start crying. and then me encerraba en el cuarto, like with the light off and everything. My mom, like, she went through it. She said, my mom actually said that she didn't want to hold me at all. Like, she didn't want to hold me. Yeah, but she needed to because she needed to breast me. But she knew what I was going through. So she's like, salte del cuarto, prende la luz, vente para acá para la sala. And then that's when I told her, I'm like, I'm going through this. Like, I know what it is. Like, I know what the depression feeling feels like. So I told him, like, I don't get in. It's nothing against you. It's just like, and I would just start crying and crying. Like, I did go through it a little bit. But I feel like with the help of him and the help of my mom, like, distracting me, they didn't let it get to
you. Yeah, I think that helped me too. Like, Alex, like, like, oh, I could hold her then. Like, I seen.
But did he know that that's what you were going through, or he didn't?
Well, I feel like he's like one of those old school guys. Like, he just doesn't believe in depression in general. It's like, that's all in your mind. Like, blah, 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 you know? And like, but I do believe in that stuff, you know? But I was just like, I'm not going to let him get to me. But like, si me ayudaba, like, in general. Like, say, okay, like, me la lleva para que, like, no le tengas rencor. It's like, and I didn't have no rencor towards her. She's my princess, you know? But it was just like,
it's just the feeling.
I don't know. It was like a weird feeling, but like, it went away like maybe like within a few weeks. Like like after that, like I love her. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know when it went away, to be honest. Because now I love her.
No, I get you. It's not that you didn't love her, but you didn't feel that connection.
Like, I think that's what it was. Yeah. It's like, she's mine. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and the reason why it's like that is because your hormones are like from being pregnant to not pregnant. And like, it's a lot to the mom. Yeah.
And with Elias, like, I loved him as soon as I gave birth. It was crazy. It was And but with him, so we got the. I had a dog. Well, we still have the dog, but it's my sister's dog. His name is Romeo, and I loved him. Like, oh my god, that was my baby.
Yeah, I remember.
And then after I gave birth, like, I couldn't stand Romeo. I was like, get away from me, like, like, everything he did was like, oh yeah, that dog, huh, and stuff, like, oh my god.
You didn't want him.
Yeah, I didn't want him near me, like, ni siquiera lo quería acariciar ni nada. And then now with Alex, with Elias, like, I feel like that happened with Alex. I was like, is that, obviously I still wanted him to like hug me and stuff, you know, like couple shit. But like any little thing I see it like would get on my nerves. I'm like, I would always be mad at him. Like any little thing, I'm like, what the fuck, you're doing everything wrong. Like I felt like I was just always mad at him.
But then that was that part of the postpartum.
And then postpartum. It was so funny.
Okay, not postpartum depression, but postpartum overall.
Yeah, like that's part of the process. He was like, am I the new Romeo in this one? I was like, oh my god. So like we're still working on that. Like I feel like we've been doing really good. Like we try to go on our dates now and stuff because I don't want, you know, like
that to kind of separate
us.
Yeah.
But
no, I remember that feeling. I hated him, but I loved him. But I was mad at him. But then I wanted him to be there. But I didn't want him to
be like that. Like I felt like, oh my god. Like and then I'm like, fuck, like. This guy, like, I freaking hate him, you know, like,
yeah.
And then I think about, like, dude, I freaking love him. I cannot live without him, you know?
But it's just, that's what I'm saying. It's just, like, the hormones. Yeah. That's what unbalances you. But, yeah, no, I went through that, too.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're over it now because, like, yeah, we've been on a lot of dates. You know, we have our...
You guys are actually working through it, which is really good. Yeah, that's really good.
So. I think that's it for today.
That was a little bit about us, which was a lot about us.
Do you have anything to close off for today, Dana? Or?
No, well, thank you guys for listening. I know since it's our first time.
We're probably like a little bit nervous.
Yeah, or like
you know, más confianza later on.
Exactly. So. Yeah, poco poquito, you guys are gonna learn a little bit more about us, about our personalities, how goofy we both are, like how ¿cómo se dice? When you like, I'm always the one that drops the soda when you go to the restaurant, like clumsy. How clumsy we are and things like that. So you guys are gonna slowly start getting to know us there, here and there. But thank you so much for being here this whole time. Thank you.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of Mamás and More. Bye.